Shalom. I want to give all praise, honor, and glories to my power, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Wakaha Kwadash. Double honors to the elders, apostles, and bishops of Great Millstone who still teach and rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect scattered amongst the four corners of the earth, whose and ever you is. Just know the Lord has got you. All right. Now, this is just a quick video about what Elder Apostle Tahar on down of GMS have been talking about for decades. Well before they got on YouTube back in 2007. All right. Elder Apostle Tahar has had the luxury and has been fortunate enough that the Lord has been supping with him since the 80s to know about the micro C-hip, which is the mark of the beast spoken of in Revelation chapter 13, verses 16 to 18. And here in 2026, we're getting closer and ever so more closer to the era where the implementation of the microchip, which is the mark of the beast, will become mandatory for all people. You know, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive that micro C-hip. This is a video from the brother Arrows of Indignation. Let me just read a scripture. Let me give you a brief. It's like a 3-minute video, but it's got two people talking about. It's a 3-minute video, and it's got two people talking about the mark of the micro C-hip. The first one is a Jake that got it in his left temple, and he's talking about how it'll help cure paralysis and blindness and stuff like that. But if you notice, you'll notice in the video he has a bald head, so his hair is not growing back. All right, and you notice he'll have saggy skin. So it's not, so whatever will be causing aging and deterioration, it's not getting rid of that, and it's not the chip that's in him. It's not getting rid of whatever's causing those him to deteriorate, as well as it's not pulling his skin back close to his bone. You see what I mean? And his hair is not growing back. And this is those false merit. This is the work of this false prophet, which is Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed so-called white man. Spoken of here in Revelation chapter 19 and 20. I'm just going to read this one, and I'm going to read Revelation 13. But here's Revelation 19 and 20. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast. So you see there, he deceived them, because Elon Musk was talking about it with his Neuralink. And what this Jake has is a Neuralink implant in his left temple, right around that area. And it's like I said, he deceived them that have received the mark, because this dude is walking around. He's a Jake, man, but he's walking around all these fucking Edomites, or at least Edomite looking people, you know, bragging and boasting like what he did was a good thing. He doesn't know that he just sealed his fate, because he consciously made a conscientious decision to take that chip. All right, so going back and reading again. Revelation 19 and 20, because we're in that time, Akim and Aqua, we're in that time, okay? And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast. Because this dude is talking about, yeah, he can move a mouse or whatever, what have you with his mind, but I think that's bullshit. Reading on, it says, and them that worshipped his image, these were both cast alive into a lake of fire burning with brimstone, which is those thermonuclear missiles that's going to hit the soils of Babylon the Great, which is America. What proves that they know that Babylon, they got places here in America named Babylon. Like look up in Babylon, New York. All right. And now this is also right now. This is I'm going to read Revelation 13, 16 through 18, because right now it's just optional for people. You know, you got the Swedish that over there too that's taking those voluntarily taking the micro C-hip to quote unquote make life more convenient, which is bullshit. But at some point it's going to become mandatory. Hence why they have all these digital infrastructures being erected all over the world, in other countries as well, that don't even have American customs and practices, but yet they have those digital infrastructures being built day and night over there. And we're already in the infrastructure in the sense of, if you don't pay your bills, or if you don't renew your tax and tags and your auto insurance, if you don't pay your property tax, you will not be able to, with digital money, with paper money or debit card and credit card, then you get ostracized. So the platform is already here. They're just going to transition it over to digital, to have total control via the digital credit system and the digital mark of the beast. This is Revelation chapter 13, verses 16 through 18. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark. Now, right now, people who can't buy and sell if they don't have the mark in the sense of the currency mark, okay? Like with money, physical money and coins, or with checks or with debit cards and credit cards. But like I said, they're transitioning this structure to under digital supervision and control. So at this point, like it says here, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. All right, so enough of me talking. I'm just excited. Excuse me. Let's get to the nook and cranny here. Fuckers. Most I got their number. This is going to be underneath the Copyright Act of 1976. Copyright disclaimer: under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowances is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, all right, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All right, so here we go. Fair use, fair use.
A Neuralink device that's implanted under my skin. What is that? What advantages do you have? I can't really say. Can you predict outcomes?
Now, if you take a good look at him, you notice his hair on his head isn't growing back. All right. And you'll notice throughout the video, you see his skin set because, he's aging. All right. So it's not reversing. It's not reversing, whatever's causing his male pattern baldness. It's not making him look younger anymore. So this is that false prophets at work here, performing these fake false ass miracles.
Can't really say. Would you be willing to demonstrate? Yeah. I'm going to show you how to predict the outcomes.
He's getting every number right. I don't know how he does it.
Do you work for them?
Do you think casino owners are worried about this?
They should be. I mean, if somebody figures out how to cheat with this thing. You said you've done it how many times in a row? It's the end. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I've been in the casino business 25 years. I've never seen anything like that. Maybe I can see the ball. Can you?
You see his flesh right there? You see how he's kind of sagging? Maybe because he's I don't know, maybe he's overweight or something like that, but he's getting old. All right. And then on top of that, you see the flesh on his stomach, but you see the top of his head. He's bald headed. So if this was so dynamic and such a great thing to have, wouldn't it be able to prevent that, that saggy flesh? And then, but more importantly, the hair on the top of his head. It's not doing either goddamn one. So this is that false prophets technology in the side of this dude's, this Jake's, his temple. All right. And it's falsified because if it was really as good as they say it would, Elon to the musky ass himself would have this in his own head. And then you would be able to see how it is reversing aging as well as he should have a clean bill of health. I mean, hell, wouldn't Nero 47 want to use it? With what he's got going on, he's wearing a diaper right now. If it was really as good as they say it is, like being able to cure blindness and paralysis, then they could damn sure fix him from whatever causing him to be wearing a diaper. But I digress.
I don't know. Maybe I can see it before it drops, but I'm not using it.
Are you not using it?
No, I'm not. I'm just gonna have fun. Because it is good.
Look at this crazy with his fucking shirt off in the middle of a casino, just bugged out. Look at his hairline. You see that shit? Right there, like all his hair on his forehead, all that's leaving and reducing. Now, if that micro C hip that's in his temple right there, you can see that line. If that was any good, like they say it is, his hair will grow back. But that shit ain't happening. Look at all the wrinkles on his face. That man dying. He gonna die even faster now with that damn C hip in the side of his shit.
I'm here to win money.
Do you have any side effects?
No, I don't have any side effects.
Do you have any?
I don't have any.
Can you feel it?
I can't feel it. Is it? I was able to do it, and then I did it.
And how long did that take you?
That took me about a week.
And then you went home
I practiced at home.
and so what do you think the biggest benefit of this is?
The biggest benefit is that it's going to help people with spinal cord injuries and people with Parkinson's disease and people with epilepsy and people with depression, anxiety, and all these different things. I can still move the mouse with my mind.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I have. It's actually pretty cool.
Is it like a chip?
It's a small chip, yeah.
So I'm curious about the device itself. The actual. How long did it take you to get used to it?
It was a process. It took a few months to really get comfortable with it, but now it's just part of
the world is just bombarded with it right now. So I try to stay rooted in scripture, and I know what people are going to do. They're going to jump in the comments and say that this is the mark of the beast. Scripture is very clear. The mark is not something that people take unknowingly. It is
and that's true, because I got, just roughly, speaking openly, they put something in me unknowingly, and they haven't told me, and I don't know to what degree it is, but they did some grimy, willy-nilly shit and didn't tell me about it. And I'm in the process of trying to get that taken care of. But Esau Edom, man, he was more subtle than any creature. Esau is a slick little fucker, man. He gets his get down by doing shit behind the scene. And Elder Apostle Tahar did a video earlier today on this very video talking about, you have to make a conscientious decision to either take or to not take the mark of the beast. You have to openly show where your loyalty lies. All right. If somebody just puts it in you and you didn't know about it, that's not the same thing. All right. This is going to be the ultimate test, as Elder Apostle Tahar always coins it, where you have to make a choice, where it's right there on the table in front of us, and if I'm alive in that day, I'm not exempt. And Lord willing, I hope he'll put the spirit on me to tell these damn Edomites to go fuck themselves with that fucking chip and go take a long walk off a short pier. I got that from Elder Apostle Tahar. But yeah, continuing on.
That you will know about. You are not going to be tricked into taking it. It is a conscious, willing choice that is tied to allegiance. People will know what they are doing. This is why Revelation matters so much. It literally says there is a blessing in reading it and understanding it, because we are not meant to be blind. So for me, it's not about panicking over everything, but it's also not blindly accepting everything just because it's convenient. Pay attention, stay rooted, and do not let convenience lead you somewhere that your convictions would not.
All right, so that's the end of that video. And to show that the Lord is going to be with his elect in that day. He's with them now, but that's why we humbly, I got this real Apostle Gabar, which is true when I gave it thought. That's why we humbly call ourselves the hopeful elect, because we hope to be saved in these tumultuous times that we are living in. It is here. Now, in terms of the elect and the Lord blessing them, this is Zechariah chapter 13, verses 8 and 9. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. That's talking about the 2/3 of the nation of Israel. But in the kingdom of heaven, which will be played out here on earth, they will come back through the loins of the elect, which is the 1/3. And then they will be righteous. So they got to get it through death by pain. Reading on, it says, but the 3rd shall be left therein. And I will bring the 3rd part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. All right, so that's going through all these tumultuous times. The Lord is trimming off the spiritual fat off of the hopeful elect. To keep their eyes single. I hope I be of the elect. I really do. I'm trying to make my calling and election sure, Lord willing. Okay. Reading on, it says, and I will bring them through the fire, and I will bring the 3rd part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rakaha Kodash is my power. So the elect are going to get a heavenly compass through these tumultuous times of the transition of power from Esau to Jacob, as the Lord continues to fulfill until he completes. 2nd Ezra chapter 9 verses 6, or chapter 6 verse 9, which says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. So yeah, like Elder Apostle Tahar always says, we're at the door with it. The MOTB is at the door, and it's knocking. All right. And now with this video here, you could pretty much say it just kicked the door down. All right. So this goof ass nigga, doing that shit. But yeah, we're in those times, so we need to stay prayed up. Like Elder Apostle Ricard always tells us, we need to keep our medicine, which is our prayer, strong. He's a Gadite, which is one of the warrior tribes of the family. But yeah, here's the Lord's Prayer right here. Let me grab it. And remember, in our custom, we read from right to left. That's why the word Lord is on the right and prayer is on the left. Now, the way it's done is you got the ancient writing in the first column. The second column, you have the way you pronounce it. And then the third column is what it means in English. So you would say, Abanawa, our Father, Shabbat Shemayim, which in heaven, you know, and going all the way this way. And then starting over at this line, Yahweh is the name of the Most High, going that way. Make sure you face the east and make sure you're in your personal private closet. You know, I like to do it with my head down to the earth. All right. So remember, we read from right to left in our custom. So with that, I hope. Let me give you the channels of the 4 apostles of GMS, elder apostles of GMS. You have Elder Apostle Tahar. What is the 666 Mark II GMS Truth? Elder Apostle Gabar is Daily Edification 4. Elder Apostle Oriam Lob is GMS Infodoc Channel 12. And last but certainly not least, Elder Apostle Rakar, whose channel is GMS Keep Pushing On. Now, with Elder Apostle Oriam Lob's and Elder Apostle Rakar's channel, which is GMS Infodoc Channel 12 and GMS Keep Pushing On, you want to go to the live section of their pages, because that's how the Lord has them firing off new videos on a daily basis. But that doesn't take away from the videos that they've made, you know, maybe last week, a month or two ago, a year, 2 or 3 years ago, because they're all still edifying. But we're getting deeper and deeper into this last final handful of prophecies, which is World War III and the global mandated implementation of the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast. So we're getting there. You know, we're in a time of wars and rumors of wars right now with, you know, Babylon and Pisrael trying to colonize Iran. At the same time, it's fulfilling Revelation 17 and 16, where it says that the beast shall hate the whore, meaning that the NATO and EU nations are going to end up hating, you know, Babylon the Great, which is America. And that is literally taking place right now, especially after Nero 47 tried to colonize Iran starting back on February 28th, 2026 of this year. So we're getting deeper in there. And Lord willing, you know, the Lord will have us all endure to the end, you know, with faith and to have a, you know, a strong mind in these times. Okay. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to my power for allowing me to do yet another video. To Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakaha, Quadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles and bishops of Great Millstone who still teach and rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect scattered amongst the 4 corners of the earth, who's and ever you are, that find this video. May the Lord, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, be with you, and Lord willing, he'll be with me too. Lord willing, I'll be able to do another video, but for now, I'm going to say Shalom.